Hey everyone, welcome to Live with DJ Rossstar. Today is Friday, it's the 21st of November, 2025. Today we're going to talk to Hidden in Plain View. If you have questions for the band, you can post them in the chat below. The show is completely live, so I want to hear from you. Doesn't matter where you're watching from, doesn't matter who you are. If you have a question for Hidden in Plain View, this is your chance to get it answered. So post it in the chat below. If you're watching for the first time, the show is on every week, twice a week. Next week on Tuesday, we'll be back here with another one down. And next Wednesday, calling all captains. So make sure you follow me on Instagram if you don't already, so you can get updates leading up to those interviews. And if you want to watch some good ones from the last couple of months, you can go back on my Instagram page, see my interviews with Less Than Jake, Hit the Lights, Sugar Cult, and a lot more. But for now, let's not waste any more time. The main event, the reason you're probably here today, let's talk to Hidden in Plain View. They just joined the chat, and once they request to go live, we will be good to go. So it's a beautiful Friday. I'm in a great mood, ready to do an interview, ready to talk to Joe. It's been like 15 plus years since we've hung out. So we're going to get reacquainted with each other while talking about what the band has coming up in the next few weeks and in 2026. So let's get it going, guys. Here we go. Hey,
Yo, man.
what's up, buddy?
What's going on? Hold on, let me get myself a little situated here.
Quite the backdrop.
Yo, it's like, yeah, this is like our everything to do office. Oh, that's not working at all. Dude, what's going on, man?
As long as we can see your face, that's all that matters. It could be any angle you want. Every angle is flattering for you, man.
Thank you.
So,
Dude,
how's the last 15 years been?
dude, I'm just pumped to see you back. I was like, wait, DJ Rossstar? I was like, what?
I took a few years off, and I thought I was done, but I just missed it. Why not? That's
Yeah.
what I said.
Dude, honestly, why not? Welcome back, dude. It's
Thank
good to
you.
see you.
I'm having a good time. I did a couple of these during COVID when everybody was home, but
Yeah.
then after that, it kind of fizzled out when COVID ended. But I don't know. I've been seeing a lot of other interviewers doing similar things now, and I'm like, you know what? I want to get back into the game. Before it used to be just me. Now there's like 100 of me, so why not rejoin the world, you know?
I'm about to say, man, you pioneered this kind of stuff. I mean, so,
I try to get the word out there. I want people to come watch the interviews now and also go see the old ones that I have, available on YouTube and on my Instagram page. But let's talk about you, man. Welcome.
Thanks. Yeah, glad to be here.
It's a good time of the year for you. I looked it up. It looks like you played 5 shows this year. It's pretty good for you guys, huh?
Yeah, well, it was kind of a big year. I mean, we had Life and Dreaming turned 20 years old.
Wow.
So I mean, everything in our hearts we wanted to do something for it. We did something on the 10 year in 2015, which was great. So we wanted to do something in this year for the 20. We had our eyes set on a much bigger tour, but then, man, life happens, things happen. We had to crunch it down to only a couple of shows, but they were great. We loved it. I think everybody who was there definitely loved it. It's life and dreaming holds a place for us. So.
And we're not done. And we're not done yet. You got one more on the 13th of December. The Fillmore.
Yeah.
Fillmore in Pennsylvania, not in California. Make sure people know that.
Yeah, and that's kind of like your dream lineup, isn't it? I mean,
go through it again if they don't know who's playing. This is the big deal.
So we're supporting the Starting Line. It's their headlining show. Sorry, man, I got this gigantic. All of a sudden, I get online and he wants to come say hi. So
almost every interview, there's an animal involved. I love it.
I'm just gonna scratch his back and hopefully he chills. So yeah, no, we're supporting the Starting Line. We're second of 4. It's gonna go Ace Enders. I Can Make a Mess, and then us, and then Homegrown, who I don't know the last time they played Philadelphia, honestly.
So good.
And then Starting Line, man. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great to see everybody. I haven't seen the Homegrown guys, and probably at least 20 years. I mean, or 19 years. I don't know. It's about that. You know, and then whenever I get to catch up with Ace or catch up with the guys in the starting line, it's always fantastic. So I'm looking forward to it.
Now, I know there's a show also the night before. Are you going to hang out there, or do you have to practice that day?
You know what? I didn't think about it, but I probably should go hang out. You know what I mean? It's Copeland and the starting line, and they're playing at a smaller venue in Philly called the TLA, which I mean, it's on South Street in Philadelphia. If you've ever been to Philly, you know the TLA. Everybody knows the TLA. We actually, you know, our like kind of comeback show in 2013. We took a little bit of a hiatus for about 5 years. It was at the TLA, and that was a great show. Yeah, man, it's the TLA. I've been there so many times. I used to live not too far from there, and it was kind of a regular spot for shows.
I feel like I missed out because I grew up on Long Island, and when I was able to drive, I would sometimes go into New Jersey for shows, but I never went as far as Philadelphia. So I know about all these from seeing videos, but I've never been to any of these cool places. So it's good to hear that they're all still around. That's really important.
Well, look, I'm from New Jersey. I have Jersey in my blood. I'll always be Jersey. But I think, and I was laughing about this with a friend recently because I still wear it on my sleeve all the time. But he's like, dude, how long you been in Pennsylvania for? And I was, I think I've actually been in the Philly area probably longer than I was ever in New Jersey. So look, I mean, Philly. I live in the Philly area. I've lived in the Philly area for about 20 years, and so. Um, No, man, the Philly's got a great music scene, great music venues. Always, some of the best music venues in Philly have closed. The Trocadero. Yeah, man, like, geez, going back, I could name a bunch, but
And
I
you've
don't know.
probably played them all at this point.
No, not all of them. Actually, the Fillmore, like we did our Life and Dreaming like 20-year anniversary date there, but we did it in the Foundry, which is like the smaller room. It's about like a 500 capacity room. This show with the starting line, of course, is on the bigger room. So that's the
Yeah,
first time we've ever been
you
there.
get the upgrade.
Yeah, it's great. We're looking forward to it, man. I love rocking a big stage when I can, you know.
Since you play so seldomly now, do you have like a backdrop, like a hidden in plain view background, or you just get up there and there's nothing behind you when you play?
We do the one. So the one that we had made just for the 20-year anniversary was like beautiful looking. It had the cover art, but kind of sketched 2005 to 2025, and I think we left it in Chicago.
How do you leave such a giant thing like at the hotel?
I know, I think we left it at the venue. I mean, it's a pretty typical hidden in plain view thing to do. I mean, um, you know, we're all we all kind of do something on the road. We don't really hire a ton of crew. We try to, but then, you know, and we play so few often now that it's like, guys, some people just aren't available, and I think we just kind of left it behind. I don't know how, but typical,
Wow.
man. Something's always getting left behind. Dude, I got left behind once. Like, come on.
Hopefully you don't ever leave like a child behind. That might not be good.
No, but I'll tell you what, they left me behind once in London. That
How far did they
was
get away from you?
they got all the way to Leeds without me. They didn't realize I was gone until I actually got to the venue before they did. Um, I I was lost. It was the middle of the night. This was like 2005. We
This
were
sounds
on tour.
like a Home Alone sequel.
Yeah, we were out with like Midtown, and we were sharing a bus with Midtown, and they, you know, I guess what happened was like the bus was like swinging by to pick everybody up, and they had to kind of go park off, kind of out on the side of like the city, outskirts of the city, and I just missed it, and nobody realized I missed it. Um, so I kind of walked London while it was shut for a while, and then I found my way to King's Cross, which is like a big train station.
Yeah.
I had the money from the show that we settled up, and I got on a train and I made it to Leeds, and I got to the venue before the bus did. So
What was the reaction when they saw you there and you
they
weren't
were
on the bus?
pissed.
You weren't on the bus.
They were pissed that I spent the money from our
Oh,
from our
okay.
guarantee. I
Okay.
was like, well, thanks, guys.
They don't need you to play the show anyway. What do they need you for, right? You get good
Yeah,
value.
I was tired. I didn't sleep. It
How'd
was
that
good,
show go?
man.
Do you remember that night?
Oh yeah, dude. I mean that whole run with Midtown was great. Again, like another Jersey band, another band on the same label. It was just a ton of fun. We shared a bus with those guys. All those guys are genuinely good guys.
And they're back
Um,
too. Well, kind of back.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
They pop in
Um,
every now and then, just like you do.
but yeah, and I think Gabe's doing Cobra Starship right now. Our boy
Yeah.
Nate's their drummer, so yeah, they're having fun.
Is it
You know,
hard? Like, for example, I was like, oh, I'll do an interview like in June just for fun. And then I was like, wait, maybe I'll do another one next week. Is it hard for you to play a great show like this and then not play for months and months? Like, do you not have the itch right after?
I kind of. This one's actually going to be kind of tricky because, and I don't know if everybody appreciates me saying this, but we're only going to get like one full rehearsal before the starting line show since like our last show. So those guys are all. I live down in Philly. Those guys all still live in North Jersey, so they can kind of get together bits and pieces and run and like shake off the cobwebs. But
Yeah.
me, yeah, but it's gonna be fine. It's easy, dude. Like singing the songs that we sang for so many years. It's kind of like memory foam for me.
But
But
I'm
dude, hold
saying,
on a second.
oh,
Somebody in the chat just wrote milligrams for migraines. That's pretty awesome. Thank you for saying that. Um, I don't know where you live or how far away or how long but milligrams for migraines is a deep cut. Thanks, bud. Thank you.
I guess my question was more so after the show's over, how do you not want to keep playing? Like the
Dude,
next day and the next day and the next day. Like, how do you just go back to regular life again for months and
that's
months?
a real feeling, man.
Yeah.
That's a real feeling. Yeah, and it's funny because like one time I think the Philly show we did I was just talking about the one we did at the Fillmore for the 20th anniversary. I actually left work and in Philly and drove straight to the Fillmore, got on stage and played, and it was an awesome show. And like the immediate moment that I left work, I kind of like my brain just does this flip mode. I get in my buddy Marcos's car because he picks me up, and he used to go on tour with us all the time. And immediately we're just like smoke a cigarette. Like I don't smoke anymore. I haven't smoked in years. Like it's like tour mode clicks on and you become like you just jump back in this bubble and you go to the show. Dude. So like afterwards, there's a blues moment. There's like a void. There's definitely something, but also at the same time, like it fulfills you. Like so the fact that we can still jump on stage, the starting line still want us to play a show with them. Um, dude, it's a freaking gift, man. It's the best. It's the best thing ever.
And I'm looking at the chat. We're going to talk to you guys now. I'm seeing people from all over the world, not just America, and they all still love you very much. So that must be really cool to see that. That's great.
Dude, the UK, man, right? Hello from the UK. So like James Youngman, 87.
Yes.
Where did you see us, dude? If you saw us,
And
assuming
if
you
you
did.
and if you are born in '87, I think you are still a young man. I would agree with that name, James Young Man. Um, Chris in the chat wanted to know earlier, how come no one has done a Drive Through Records reunion tour yet? Be a good
Not
idea.
great question. I get that asked that question a lot.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm not Drive Through Records.
You just show up and play.
Yeah, like I think honestly that would have to be. I said this to somebody recently. I don't know how it would work. I really don't know how it would work because, like, think about it from like a promoter's perspective. Like, I have a venue and I want to put on a show. Okay, well, who's going to headline? Something corporate, Newfound Glory,
Those
Starry
are the,
Lines, like
those are the two biggest. Yeah, Newfound
right?
Glory and
Any of
Something
them
Corporate.
could head. The Starting Line is headlining the Fillmore. That as a massive venue, right? So like any one of them could headline the show, Finch, right? And
Yep.
if you could have a show right there of just those four bands and never touch the early November, never touch like Hidden in Plain View, never touch like, Steel Train. I mean, Jack Antonoff right now, that guy's on top of the world. He's winning Grammys, 3 Grammys. And like, hats off to Jack, dude. Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, I don't
It would
know
have to
how it
be
gets
like it would
done.
have to be like an all day festival, like a Warp Tour, but just drive through then.
Yeah, and I mean, it would have to be them. They would have to sign off. It's their name, you
Yeah.
know. I don't know how they could do it. I love the way the starting line um kind of just put this show coming up together on December 13th at the Fillmore because hey, we're going to headline a show and we're going to put our old friends from the label on there that we've toured with here and there throughout the time, and we're going to make a kick-ass show. And come on out, you know what we're doing. We're not calling it what we're doing, but you know what we're doing, right? So hats off to
Yeah.
those guys
Because
because they're
there's so many new bands now. They could have had any like young modern band play the show, but
exactly,
that's not what they're going for.
exactly,
And
yeah.
I'm not really sure who's opening their tour now, but it's probably somebody newer if I had to
I
guess.
don't know. I should know. I don't know. Yeah.
So this is a cool idea. So this is the closest you'll probably ever get to a drive-through reunion tour is this show on the 13th. So you just got to
Right.
fly in. Actually, Chris, you live in New York. I know where you live, so just drive over there. Not to be missed. Well, you're second on. So how many? What do you got? Like 7, 8 songs I'll let you do?
We get I think we're getting 30 minutes.
Okay, that's pretty
Knowing
good.
us, what we'll do is we won't break. We'll probably just you know. So I'll tell you what, like we have we have a couple of sets that we know are exactly 30 minutes. We've done it a couple of times where bands have asked us to support, and so we could. I don't know. I mean, this might be a good time to ask. People are live. Like, should we just go all like oldies and just bang out a bunch of oldies? Shamans, right? Yeah, we could throw shamans in there. I mean,
They may just want someone might throw a curveball and say just play the whole new EP, all 5 songs, right?
dude, I'm like, so I love that EP. I love playing it. I love playing the songs. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, guys, if we don't play the new songs, then we are just aging bunch of old men like playing playing old songs. But we'll do what you say. Like we'll do what you say. I'm gonna say no. I didn't know Victor personally, but I was close with the other two. Okay, I don't
They're
know.
talking about that was a different question, but they all said yes, just play the oldies.
All right, cool. I'm glad you're
Uh,
monitoring the chat.
I'm looking for solid questions. It just goes so quickly.
Yeah,
It's not like the old days where I used to get like 100 instant messages. I think that was actually harder, and I would just click through them the whole time. Someone said play the Iran cover.
yeah, yeah. No, probably not.
Someone said Chrome Baby.
uh,
See, they love the new songs. Do you have
so
them?
wow, the Chrome EP release show, Babette. So that was the last show at Club Chrome ever. I know you know that. I know
I
you
went to
know.
Club Chrome. I drove there for Ultimate Fake Book or something at one point. It was a cool
Ultimate
place.
Fake Book. That's a deep cut. Chicago, buddy.
Where are they?
Nice.
They need to. Everyone's coming back. It's their time. Let's get them back.
Uh, so no, we never did play Skaters World in New Jersey as Hidden in Plain View. We did. Rob and I did play it. I think we played it. I think we did. As our old punk ska band. So yeah. So we had a Rob and I were in a punk ska band before Hidden in Plain View.
I went
Surprise,
there
surprise.
one time to see a punk ska show. It was the Gadgets and Edna's Goldfish. That was at Skaters World.
Oh wow, wow.
Yeah,
Goldfish.
I was a Long
Wow.
Island boy growing up, so I was all about
Yeah.
Edna's Goldfish. That was like
Yeah.
our thing.
Chris, our bass player,
Yeah.
grew up on Long Island too, right? You know that, right? Before he
Yes.
moved to Jersey. Yeah.
He
Yeah.
probably went to all these same shows as me. We're around the same
Yep.
age. I looked up before. I went to see Alistair at one point, and I guess Brand New opened. It was one of their first shows. I had no
Hmm.
idea who they were back then. It was a good time to be alive. And all these kids are like, I don't know what you're talking about. Who are these guys? We're hanging out. We're live. We're having fun. Keep sending questions. Do you still write songs ever, like just for yourself, or just in case you want to do
Not
something else?
not really. I have the itch, dude, but the itch always hits me when I'm like in the car. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And a lot of the Hidden in Plainview songs, I did not write. Like I'm not. Those are not my lyrics. Those are Rob's
Ah,
lyrics. So
yeah. Okay.
yeah, yeah. So a lot of people don't know that.
I didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Those are Rob's lyrics. And to answer probably your next follow up question, like we're sitting on like 16 songs that Rob started and the band has now crafted, and they're just they're just kind of sitting there right now. We're all kind of in limbo, trying to figure out how to break off time, and because the studio takes time. The studio takes like tracking takes time.
I think your family would be supportive. Maybe they want to get rid of you for a few days. Maybe they'd like you
Yeah,
to go away for a week and leave them alone. Who knows?
yeah.
So you've got, what, six? That's a lot of songs. Now that you said that, people are going to be like harassing you now the rest of your life till you put these out. That's a lot.
I mean, they're 16. It doesn't necessarily mean 16 make it. You know what I mean? We had like 22 for the resolution. They didn't all make it.
But these
And
are
I
like
think
16, these are 16 bangers now. They're all hits.
right. So I mean, well, but there's 16 large either songs or ideas. So yeah.
By the way, you can also tell us where you're watching from, how you heard of Hidden in Plain View. I think this is fun because, well, back when you were doing this, there was no Spotify, so I'm sure it's pretty cool for you to see like 30,000 like plays a month you're getting on there. These are all people who didn't know you like 20 years ago. It's so cool.
Yeah, I know. I always kind of felt some sort of way about our online presence. Like, one thing you do when you're like in a band is you start being like judging yourself on how much you sell and how many no like back in the day it was always these things called sound scans, which was like how many hard copy CDs you would sell in the stores.
Yeah.
And Drive Thru would call us up and be like, "You guys sound scanned this much this week," and we'd be like, "Yeah," or we'd be like, "Oh, that sucks. We suck, and no, and we're never going to be as good as the other bands." But like you can't control that stuff, so you just kind of like you do what you love and you put it out, and if it sounds good to you and you push it. Like when we came back to play shows again, it was 2013. We disbanded around like 2007. Facebook hit like 2008,
Yeah.
2009. So like, when we jumped back on, we were already 5 years late as far as like, you know, followers or
Well,
whatever
I
that
mean,
is.
on the flip side, you did like an anniversary tour, and no one was really doing that back in 2015 or whatever. So that's pretty
That's
cool.
true.
You were a pioneer of that.
That's true.
So
No,
give
I
and
mean,
take some.
it's silly stuff. Like when you're, well, you know, like I'm just gonna look forward to like December 13th and play a show, dude. You know what I
Oh, yeah.
mean? Like that's all I can do, and that's what
One
I love
day,
to do.
one day at a time, man.
Yeah,
Shane
yeah,
said 20 below on a drive-through sampler. That version was raw and ruled. So what happened to
yeah.
that version? Why'd
What's
you
the
change it?
difference? I think there's like a guitar lead in the 20 below drive-through sampler version
Why'd
that
you
we.
take it? Why'd you take it out? What the heck, man?
I think we just liked it heavy in the bridge there. I think we just liked the palm muting chugs, those things. Those are which I think we all play open now. So
I've asked this question to other people lately. I think it's interesting. Was there a song that you guys wrote that you were really excited about and then it didn't hit with the fans? Like you were thinking, oh, they're going to go crazy for this, and then no one really ever requested it or mentioned it again?
absolutely, the first one that comes to my mind is Ashes Ashes. I feel like it hit, but like people liked it, but it didn't hit. You know what I mean?
And
So yeah,
why?
no
Why do you
Ashes.
think? Why do you think that was?
I just think it was like a little bit of an outlier. When you listen to Life and Dreaming, I feel like that album kind of has songs that like fill the spectrum. Like you
Yeah.
have ballads like The Point, or like um I don't know, like even or Bleed for You, and then you have like a hard like kind of so a hard song like Ashes Ashes with a like kind of a hardcore breakdown at the end there. 20 Below, you have kind of pop punk songs like A Minor Detail and Top Five Addiction. So like it kind of just had all of it, and I think that song was like we were heavily influenced a lot by like At the Drive-In,
Yeah.
and we always just really wanted to kind of have some of those thrashy, kind of loud, noise-making kind of songs that didn't really make any sense, but they were fast and they were heavy, and so that's kind of what inspired Ashes Ashes. Yeah,
It looks
the
like
bridge.
everybody's claiming they love that song, and now you probably have to add it to your show on December
Oh,
13th.
we'll play it. We always play it. We love playing that song. Don't
That's
worry.
cool that you didn't like take it off because other people didn't like it. You just play what you want.
I think people liked it. I just don't think it hit like we thought it was gonna hit. Yeah.
What about now? Like I mentioned, Spotify and all the streaming services. Does that song do well compared to the others, or do you not check those?
I don't check it. Yeah, and plus I'm an Apple Music guy, so I
Me
don't
too.
really. Yeah, I don't really do the Spotify thing, and I know there's a lot more going on at Spotify
That's what I
than there is.
mentioned. That's what I mentioned before. I guess you didn't know what I meant. I was looking earlier out of curiosity. You still get 30,000 plays a month, or last month you got 30,000 plays on
Yeah,
Spotify.
that's kick ass, dude. Hey, if it was 300 plays a month, right? Come on. Um, People still care. I love it, man. I love it. I people being in Philly, like I was saying earlier, like I always sing Philly's praises with their music scene is so good. I'll just be walking down Walnut Street, and sometimes people will be like, "Yo, Joe," and I'll be like, "Yo," and I don't know how you know me. I don't know if
That's
you
so
know me from
cool.
work. Yeah, I don't know. And they're like, "Yeah, yeah, we saw you at," and I was like, "Oh, cool. What's up?" And so then like, yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah,
At,
yeah, like,
at least you're nice enough to give the regular people some attention. Not too busy. Your bodyguards let you take pictures with the fans. That's cool. That's nice of you.
honestly, man, I think I've never actually really been too comfortable with that. I always kind of feel like um, one of the ways I survived as a musician in a band, especially at the heights where we were doing pretty good there, was just like just be a dude, just be a dude in a band. Don't
Yeah,
be a band dude, just be a dude in a band,
I
and
like that.
yeah.
There's
Um,
enough band dudes, and they're still getting in trouble from like 20 years ago now on the internet. So
exactly right. Just be a dude in a band.
the internet
Um,
never forgets. Let's keep hanging. I'm in no rush. People are still popping in
yeah.
here. I'm going to see Motion City Soundtrack and Say Anything, but that's in like 2.5 hours. So I'm just kicking it, dude.
Oh, awesome.
I'm
That's
excited.
awesome.
That Motion City, the album they just put out, is my favorite album of the year. And I was never like a huge fan of theirs. I just know like the hits, but it's like fantastic. It blew me away lyrically and musically. So I'm excited that they're playing tonight and they're doing like 7 new songs, which most bands don't do. So I'm super excited to check that out.
So obviously you looked up the set list before.
I'm a Setlist FM guy. I am. Yeah, I like to know. Some people hate that. I
I
try
don't
not to.
hate it. I'm
I
not
try
going to
not to
judge
ruin
you.
it for everybody unless they ask. But the first show of the tour was the other night. I'm like, let's just see what they played. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
this is cool.
I'm
And
not judging, man.
no,
I'm the kind of guy who wants to go and pretend like it. I mean, especially these bands, you know what I mean? Like you get there and you flip, it's 2003 again.
oh yeah.
Boom. Like, so like I just kind of like to be in that moment and just feel like my hair isn't gray and like, I'm 23 and this is awesome.
Hey, I'm just all
And
about a good live show now. We went to see AFI a few weeks ago. Davey Havoc just turned 50. That guy is nuts on stage. That was one of the most fun, energetic things I've seen like in 20 plus years. So it doesn't
yeah,
matter. Age doesn't matter as long as mentally and physically you can pull off the live show that you think you can. And he did for sure.
I'm happy to hear you like their new album. I haven't heard it yet, but I will take your advice and check it out.
Oh, I've been
Um,
begging people. I've been telling everybody, like, hey, even people that don't listen to music that I'm friends with, like, hey, just check this out. This is really a cool thing that's going on here.
I mean, I feel like it makes sense, right? Like I know for us, like when we did Temper, the EP, like and even when we play live, like we've got 25 years under our belts now. Like we're pretty good at this. Like I don't want to sound like arrogant, but like it just comes with experience. Like those guys are well rehearsed. They all know their instruments really well. They can go in the studio and make a good album. Like you should buy into their new stuff and check it out. Every band's new stuff. Like if you're still stuck on the first two Newfound Glory albums, like what are you waiting for? Go check out their stuff, right? Go check out their latest stuff,
I think it
whatever.
also depends on. I think it depends on when you learn about a band and what albums you're attached to. Like, so I don't know. Like a Motion City fan would probably still say like the first 2 albums are the best, but I was never a huge fan, so I can honestly say that this new one is actually the best because I have no emotional attachment to the old ones. I feel like if
Yeah,
you've been a fan your whole life of Motion City, you're gonna be like, oh, it's good, but this is way better because you're
yeah,
just used to it because you grew up with it. I think that makes a difference.
I agree.
Yeah. So, but that's why I said somebody might think Tantrums is the best thing you've done because you don't know. Maybe that's the first thing they heard it from you.
Dude, if anyone ever said that to me, that would be like a humongous just compliment. I would feel very honored to hear that. Um, yeah, I don't know. There's only 5 songs on that album, on that EP, but like So it really does. You can't really compare, but um, it was fun to make. It was really fun to make, and it felt as making those songs was as close to like Life and Dreaming. Like when we made Life and Dreaming, the feeling I had, yeah, I would say Tantrums was the closest to that feeling
Did
for
you
sure.
have like 20 songs for that also, or you just had 4 songs?
No, it just was like when we did Life and Dreaming, it was we had a ton of songs, but like we were just trying to be better and better and better as kids, and
Yeah.
we had our first real big experience in the studio. So not in that vein, but the fact that like we were writing for us and we were writing from the gut and writing and behind the microphone, just kind of like trying and letting just creativity flow. Um, Tantrums had that. Tantrums definitely had that feel for sure. And
Now
I mean,
they're voting Poison Ivy on the set list on December 13th.
yo, what a sleeper. Thank you for telling us Poison Ivy. So we were all about the song Temper. I'm all about the song Temper. I love that song.
Yeah.
Um, and and then all of a sudden people kind of kept coming into our comments and saying like play Poison Ivy or like Poison Ivy's the best. So, we threw it into our set list on the anniversary date. So maybe we'll throw in Poison Ivy. That would be awesome.
I
Yeah.
like that it's becoming like almost like a fan curated set list, which is probably what you think about when you make one anyway. You know what they want to hear, then you might throw in
Yeah.
something that you want to play for yourself. But
Yeah.
you don't have a lot of time. You've only got 30 minutes, so we got to really pick the best of the best because who knows when the next show will be? You don't have a 2026 outline, do you?
No, we don't. I don't think we do. And in fact, like if you're asking me right now, like
I
it's
am.
probably time to like not do a show. It's probably time
Ah,
to like no, I think it's time to like, go in the studio, rearrange it a little bit and like maybe get the creative juices flowing again and start back from scratch. You know
well,
what I mean? Or like
that's even cooler then. I think they'd prefer
yeah.
that.
Yeah, I feel like, there's 100 other bands that deserve to be listened to too. Enjoy what's out there. Let us go figure out our own lives and you know get things started over again so that we can start the cycle again.
Yeah. Life and Dreaming vinyl re-release wants to know Ye Mum M8.
Yo, that's out. There might even still be copies left. I think Drive Through just put those out.
Ah, gotta
Again,
get on there.
yeah, which was like pretty fun when they came to us and asked us if we wanted to do that because that was the other ones that we did. I think in like 2012.
Yeah.
Those are highly sought.
Those are the Discog $500 a pop ones, huh?
Yeah, those are like kind of, and I have two copies for myself, but they're in like picture frames. I kind of worship those. Um,
I get it, man. I have like 2 of the rarest Green Day things in existence, and those are like locked away. Bury me with them.
nice.
I get it. Let's see, a
What do
couple
you
more.
have?
Oh,
What are they?
I have Look for Love, which Billy Joe recorded when he was 5. There's only like 500 copies of those.
Wow.
Then I have The Boo, which is him and his whole family. They did like a Christmas EP for their family and friends, but then a couple of copies circulated. So I have one of those, which is also like impossible to get. Probably the 2 rarest things.
Wow.
I'm a fanatic. I have like everything they've ever done. So
That's a
those,
great band to be a fanatic about.
yes,
Great
those are
band.
probably 2 of the rarest things. But yeah, if anybody ever breaks in, good luck finding it because they're all hidden.
First song I ever learned how to play on the guitar was Dookie. So there you go.
Which song?
Yeah. Dookie. Basket Case. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Basket Case.
Couple more questions. Oh, before we get to the end here, I just want to let people know if you're watching for the first time, thank you, by the way. I'm on every week now, twice a week. Believe it or not, I'm back in action. Next week, we got a cool pop punk band on called Another One Down. And then the next day, we're going to have Calling All Captains. So follow me so you can find out who's going to be on. And then if you go back on my page, you'll see a lot of these interviews I've done recently. We got Hit the Lights on there, Less Than Jake, Sugar Cult, Mercy Music was on recently. Sucker Punch, Rematch, bunch of great bands. Or you can jump on YouTube if you want to go old school. Look up DJ Rossstar and you'll see videos I've done 20 plus years. Me at Warped Tour with Pierce the Veil, Boys Like Girls, All Time Low, Katy Perry at my apartment, Jonah Hill at the apartment. I got a whole bunch of stuff there on YouTube also. And my interview with Mike Dirnt from Green Day is on there too. So please, if you like what we did today, I'm doing this. If you have bands that you're into, I take suggestions. Trying to keep it fun, man. This is no stress anymore. I'm not trying to be the next Carson Daly anymore. People even know who that is now. I'm just doing it because I love it.
Do you ever like take a minute to tell everybody to like, or is that my job? Should I like? You don't know who this guy is. I mean, no shame, but like, he's been doing this stuff for a long time. Like, I used to like scan the Absolute Punk and the
Yeah,
punknews.org and like, oh, DJ Rossstar's got so and so on the show today. Like, you were doing this interview stuff, this I guess like I'm glad you do it live because it's cooler this way. But like this
yeah.
podcast format that's so huge now. Like you've been
Uh,
doing
I,
that.
I, I'll be real with you and everybody if you want me to talk about it really fast. So
Yeah.
I started this in 2002. As far as I know, I was the only live show on the internet that had interviews with rock bands. So I'm not the only person that was online, but I never was able to find a show like mine. So I just started doing it, and so then I went over to Adobe Radio for many years. Then I switched over to Sickum.com. Then I went over to Ustream. Then I was on a site in Hollywood called XSN. But I always kept it live. Besides the Warped Tour stuff, which I recorded and things I did for Buzznet.com, it was all live because I love having people able to watch, able to send questions. When the XSN studio went out of business in 2017, that's when a lot of bands started discovering they can go live themselves on Instagram and Facebook. So it kind of like eliminated the need for shows like this at the same time that I had nowhere to go live. So the only thing, and it depends how you look at it, maybe I should have did it as a podcast starting on that moment, but I just didn't like it. I didn't like the idea of like a recorded radio show and you're going back and listening to it later. And if I ask boring questions, like there's nothing you can do about it. So maybe I would have had greater success, you can call it, and I would have been at a bigger spot than I am now doing it for fun. But I just like keeping it real, man. I just didn't want to do a podcast. I mean, I heard about that word early on. I knew about like the first ones in 2006, but it sounds kind of boring. And then same thing with YouTube. When YouTube went from like 1 minute long videos to like an hour, everyone's like, why don't you just film and put them on YouTube? And I'm like, I don't know if I should do that. It's kind of boring. And then that guy, Brian Stars, did that instead. And he became like way bigger than I was because he was just known as like the YouTube guy interviewing scene bands. And so a couple of things I look back and say I could have did it differently, but I also kept it real, man. And that's why we're still
Yeah.
live now instead of podcasting.
I like the live feel. I haven't done this. I can't remember the last time I did this, but it's a little more
Yeah,
thrilling, man. It's a little
Pe-
thrilling. I
people
like it.
people were doing it during COVID bans, but it's much harder, I think, when you're just looking at a camera yourself and trying to read the questions, and there's just no flow. So
Yeah.
between that and watching other people do podcasts and me getting jealous on TikTok, I'm like, I'm just going to do it again.
Yeah, dude.
And I hate to name drop, but Tyson from the Rejects, I ran into him when they played a house party in Nashville, and he was like, "Hey man, are you still doing it?" And I said, "No," and I told him this whole story I told you, and he said, "Doesn't matter, bro. If there's 100 guys doing it, you've got the gift of gab. You got to go back on and start doing it again." And so here I am. So that was one of the people that pushed me back into it.
That's cool.
And
That's cool.
that was a cool show, man. I'll send you a video of that. The Rejects played some random house party in Nashville. We got to go like in the middle of a residential neighborhood. It was sick.
That's awesome. Well, I think was that like all over their socials recently? Because I feel like I
Yeah,
saw
they
it.
made
Yeah.
a big comeback after like 14 years because they did that. They played skate park,
Yeah.
house party, just in the middle of the street. I think they played outside of like a chicken restaurant.
They
Really
completely
good.
crushed like Savannah Bananas apparently too. Like
Yeah, really cool ideas. Well,
yeah.
anyway, I hope you guys weren't bored of my background story. But yeah,
No,
so
man, I think you deserve that.
thanks, man. So Joe and I have been
Yeah.
doing this a long time, and we're gonna both keep it going. You with the new music, hopefully, and me with the interview. So let's wrap up really quick before we go. We got the big show December 13th at the Fillmore in Philadelphia. I did see people early on saying things like they're flying in from Texas and driving in from elsewhere. So that's really cool. And are you gonna have any new merch at the show? That's always a question people want to know.
I think we have some shirts. I don't know. Nick and Rob are taking care, and Chris are taking care of merch. I kind of stay off the merch. I send in like designs, and everybody vetoes them. I don't take it personally. Um, I will say this. If everybody that is coming out, personally, please get up there. We're 2 of 4. So grab, if you drink, grab your drinks and get up to the barricade. I know it's cool to chill at the back. You don't have to mosh but I would appreciate your fingers in the air. I would
Oh
appreciate
yeah.
your fists in the air and some vocal music coming back at me. All right, I would love that.
I did
It'll
watch some
it'll
of
do a
your.
lot of
Yeah.
soul healing. You know, it's hard out there these days.
I
Um,
was gonna
yeah,
say, I did go on YouTube before and watch some of your like reunion shows the past couple of years, and people are definitely moshing and pointing and crowd surfing and all of it, everything. So
I love our fans, dude. The people who still come. They got the stories. They know the people that are on here right now. They know who they are. And I'm sure I've chilled and chat with a couple of them by the bar or by the merch table, and um, because that's what it's all about. You know,
well, I'm here in Austin, Texas, so if you guys ever make it down here next year, let's hang out.
awesome, dude. Definitely. Thank
Thanks,
you. Thanks,
thanks for doing
Ross.
this. And hey, what a great. I mean, I do these every week, but this is like an especially great turnout with the questions and people popping in. So thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Thanks,
And
Ross.
I'll be posting tons of Motion City and Say Anything tonight, so you guys will see that on my story later. Hey, thanks for chatting, man. I look forward to hopefully seeing you at some point, somewhere, somehow. We'll do it.
Yeah, dude. Best of luck. Thanks again.
Bye, everybody. See you
All
later.
right.